Today I'm going to be replacing my ATV winch cable. It's getting kind of frayed and it sits there and pokes me every time I use it. So I'm going to replace it with an ATV synthetic rope that I got from Harbor Freight. The set from Harbor Freight comes with everything you need just to replace the line. Going to put my winch in free spool, yank this thing out of here. The set comes with a new Fairlead that you'll use with the synthetic rope. So I gotta go ahead and get this guide out of the way. Before installing the new synthetic rope, make sure there's no burrs or anything that's gonna cut the rope, because they cut pretty easily. I didn't use my winch a whole lot, and I never had it pulled out all the way, so I don't have any burrs or anything. This looks pretty good. This is the new synthetic rope. It has this black cloth on there to protect the rope from heat, because this rope will just melt super quick. And here's the beginning of the rope, and this is the Fairlead. Okay, just bend that around so it stays in that little groove and it won't pull out. When you get this wound up, it's not going to pull out anyway. I'm going to put the Fairlead in place. I'll go ahead and get the winch rope wound in, and that'll finish up this job. Oh boy. So it looks like this winch rope isn't gonna wind in completely on my quad. I think part of the problem is that cloth that was on the beginning of the rope. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim that back up to the point to where it'll just cover the drum in the winch, and then I'll just have to rewind this thing up and cross my fingers, hopefully it'll work. So I'm about one wind from having this fabric cover that entire drum. So I'm gonna cut it here. Then I'll finish winding it in, then I gotta go cut this thing off from the rope. So this rope's actually pretty solid, so I'm gonna have to take the whole line out, and then now I have my mark. I'll go ahead and cut this where it needs to be cut, and then I'll feed the rope back through. So the rope's kind of hard to slip through this synthetic cover. So what I'm gonna do is cut back to where I made my mark. Just make sure there's no rope there, and just go ahead and cut it so I don't have to feed this back through. So I'm at the last leg of the race here, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to finish reeling up this line with that protective cover on there, so I'm going to have to go ahead and cut it off. So I hope you can learn a little bit from my frustration. I thought this was going to be a little bit easier to install than it was. Thank goodness this video is pretty much over. Thank you so much for everyone who supported our channel. Thanks for watching.